fun groups come on the show. Often they have a fundraiser or an interest in getting new members or volunteers, and they come and go, and we sit here. But at the beginning of the show,
Never change.
we like to talk about things that are going on in our worlds, and this is related, I think, to Humanities Montana, to Missoula Community Access Television, and the Missoula Public Library. The event is called The Big Read, and it is funded in part, right, by the National Endowment for the Arts.
For the arts, yes.
And
also in part by Humanities Montana.
Wonderful. You guys are just as good. There are 2 free books floating around the universe. If you are interested, dear viewer, you could become dear reader. One is Earthsea series, and A Wizard of Earthsea is the title. The author is Ursula K. Le Guin, and also by the same author, for younger kids, is A Cat Wing's Tale. And
I was running errands on Saturday in my car and listening to KUFM because my radio won't go anywhere else. And they were reading Cat Wings, and it's so sweet. If you have a child, you must grab a free copy of this book and read it to them because it's really, really adorable.
It's adorable. It's lavishly illustrated.
Yeah, and it's also beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And so these free books are to encourage people to read and be able to come together and have a conversation about what they're reading about.
Yeah.
And the program goes on for how much longer?
October.
Through the month.
So you've got about 9 days.
9 days with Halloween.
But it's an easy read. A Wizard of Earthseed is quite a fast read. I read it when I was in high school. I was a huge Ursula K. Le Guin fan.
I would be.
And I hadn't read it since then, so that was, just a few years ago. But anyway, I reread it, and it's amazing. I read it in one night. It's so good. You reread it, right?
I did reread it, yes.
It's a lovely book, and it's the beginning of the whole series. So if you fall in love with this book, you have lots more to look forward to.
There are free copies of the book available here at MCAT 500 North Higgins and at Missoula Public Library, 301 East Main. And a number of events are still going on surrounding the reading of these 2 books for the Big Read. And then in other MCAT news, I just want to remind you that a Saturday animation drop-in is still going on for kids 9 to 13 every Saturday here at MCAT at 1 p.m. And my final note, because it's still going on, Scott, isn't it? High school sports.
Oh.
High school sports is available.
Thumbs up.
MCAT's Facebook page, live on the Facebook page, because that's what we can do. Oh yeah, he's clicking there, you see. On the website, you can click and it'll take to the Facebook page, I think, where the latest sports are organized. So there you have that.
It's so awesome we can do that.
Yeah, I know. So that's my news.
I have nothing. I think we have a lot of guests and we should get to it.
Yeah, probably I shouldn't have even talked that long. Well, Cindy and Jan are here representing the Sweet Adelines.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, you know it.
Wonderful.
So my impression is you are looking for potential new members of Sweet Adelines, and that people are invited to come every Tuesday and hang out and see what it's like.
Every year at this time of year, we invite women of all ages. You know, they can be young girls to, it's a lifetime sport, singing. So, some of us are not really young. But this time of year, we invite ladies to come sing holiday music with us without putting any pressure on them to join.
Okay.
We've got some ladies who've been singing holiday music with us for years.
Her daughter's one of them.
Yeah, my daughter is one of them. And their life isn't such that it works for them to be an actual member year-round. So that's what we're doing now is hoping to invite ladies of all ages who want to come rehearse with us in October and November and then do our holiday performances with us in December.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's such a great idea because if you have ever sung in your life, this is the time of year when you start kind of thinking, oh, I'd love to, you miss the Christmas carols or the holiday songs, and so this is a great opportunity.
And every year our director tries to introduce a new song to keep it fresh for everybody that's been there. This year it's new words to Mr. Sandman. It's Mr. Santa.
Okay.
So that should be really fun.
Should be, yes. And we have two special performances. We always sing at the mall every year. This year it'll be on the 21st. So if you're thinking about shopping, that would be a good day to go shopping, an evening. We'll sing at 7. And we are also going to be on the performance series for Superior, Montana. And so we'll be going down to Superior on the 15th to put on a concert for them. So
That's
that
great.
should be a
It
fun,
is fun.
When you're at the mall,
Event.
will you be at the clock?
yes.
Okay,
The clock tower at
Right.
7
Well,
o'clock.
So,
just checking that.
and then we sing at other gatherings around the community as well. So.
And I noticed I had some details
Yeah.
from the flyer on the invitation to just join you guys in singing. And that is every Tuesday at 7 for about an hour and 15 minutes. And the location is River Valley Church, 308 West Pine, and it's on the corner of Woody and Pine. Enter through the east doors. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. I don't know if the
Yeah.
dear viewer has it.
We'll
But it's
have a
right by the
sign.
bus. You know, it's right by the bus transfer
Right, the
station.
church is
And we'll
Right.
have a lovely sign on the door.
Okay,
Make
Make it
good.
very easy.
You can't
And
miss
if they
that.
come if they come tomorrow, we'll have treats. So
Excellent.
So every single Tuesday rehearsal.
starts tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
That's
A
excellent.
cappella Christmas. And now, if people wanted to become members from that experience, you could tell them all
Super.
about it.
Absolutely. And that certainly has happened. Every year, maybe we get one or two. One gal joined our chorus after being a holiday singer for, what do you think, 6 years?
Maybe, yeah.
You know, life made
Yeah.
it possible for her to
Right?
do it long-term, so,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
And-
and family obligations change
Oh,
and,
sure.
and jobs change and all of that. So.
Confidence changes.
And, well, there's
Oh.
that,
Well.
yeah.
I always thought I'd
Who
make a
knows
pretty
this?
good singer, but many people have not agreed with me.
Oh, listen to you.
Yeah. So that's held me back a little. Like I would record things. I thought it sounded great. And I bring it to people and they're like, this is you. Okay, well, don't quit your day job.
No,
is
and,
what they
and
say.
if you're playing with the idea of wanting to at least try out the holiday singing, do you have to be able to read music? Do you?
No,
No.
Really?
no.
No, we all learn the music. The director helps us with that,
Yeah.
and it's a very simple process, very easy.
And their
Yeah.
songs are the popular songs that people already know.
They're very much so,
Yeah.
yes.
And the
Yeah.
other difference is, our regular performances throughout the year, we don't use music. We memorize our music. So we can move around and stuff.
Yeah.
But at Christmas, we use folders.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there you go. You
Yeah.
got your little crutch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I remember
So people
some,
don't have, there's not time to
some years
memorize.
ago you gave us a little concert in the other room. We
Yeah.
had set up that camera. And it
Yeah.
sounded
Yeah.
really, really great.
Well, this would be a fun thing to do. An
Mm-hmm.
a cappella Christmas. Join the Sweet Allies.
And if
Well,
people
we
want
have
to,
such a wonderful, inclusive group. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody is so welcome, and we really love.
How many women are involved
having
over the
new people.
holidays usually?
It varies, but usually there can be up to 25
Wow.
new
25,
people.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a fun group.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun.
you know, a large group wouldn't be as intimidating. So people watching say, oh, I don't want to be the only one. They wouldn't be
No,
necessarily.
oh, by no
Heavens,
means.
no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's really good.
I wanted to mention, I didn't know it, Scott, you showed the website, and I think I put it on back there, 5valleysweetadelines.com. And, oh, I see he spelled rehearsals his own way. That's fine.
No problem. No problem. It'll
But
happen
there's-
nonetheless.
Yeah, people could just Google Five Valley Chorus, Five Valley Sweet Adelines, and find the website with all the particulars we talked about
And we
here.
have Facebook also. It's called Meet the Five Valley Chorus.
Oh, see,
nice.
So,
that's really nice too.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's
All
time
the
to get in the
information is
spirit.
Oh, I guess we better go too.
And
but because I
Happy
got so many
Christmas,
guests.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jan and Cindy,
It
for
seems
taking the time
funny to be
today.
thinking about that before Halloween.
I
but
know, but
Yeah.
you
You
gotta
have to
practice,
plan,
yeah.
you know.
That's right.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you
Most
so much.
All
welcome.
right.
And we'll be right back. We've got, I think, 5 more guest groups.
very full show.
Yeah, it's a full show. So we'll be right back after this brief message.
Welcome to another edition of the Montana Department of Transportation's How to Drive a Roundabout. We all know what to do at a traffic signal. Red means stop. Green means go. But when we come to a roundabout, we're often unfamiliar with what to do next. Oh no! Whoa, cowboy, wrong way. Here are the tips on how to properly drive on a roundabout. First, slow down when approaching a roundabout. Second, yield to traffic in the roundabout. Vehicles in the roundabout have the right of way. Now you're getting it. Third, do not stop within the circular portion of the roundabout. That's no place to stop. Fourth, signal your turn and exit the roundabout at the appropriate point. Following these instructions, you'll have no problem navigating the new roundabouts popping up all around Montana.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
We're actually going to have an old antique.
And
horse-
we're on.
Oh, okay. We're suddenly on. That's good.
We'll get back to that.
We weren't paying attention, though, and Scott knows we have a busy show.
Right.
So here's John Biggert III. He is the Executive Director of the Brain Injury Alliance of Montana. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
And you were just about to tell us about an exciting event that's going to be happening soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We are the Brain Injury Alliance of Montana. Most people don't realize, but Montana actually toggles between second and third in the nation per capita for TBI-related deaths.
Wow.
So those are the people that get injured. I joke around and say we work hard, we play hard, but really we do. We have a lot of folks out there that have brain
Wow.
injuries and that are living with brain injuries. And so our mission is to help folks, survivors of brain injuries, and then we also do a lot of work with prevention and awareness. And so we are a nonprofit. We're a statewide nonprofit, small one. So we need to be creative and raise money. And so part of doing that is we're actually doing what we call our Unmasking Brain Injury Masquerade Ball.
What?
Right. I knew it had an unmasking
I
in it.
like that.
And there's a quote, Oscar Wilde said, "Give a man a mask and he'll always tell the truth." And so we actually created this project about a year ago that we gave brain injury survivors and caregivers across the state, we gave them these masks, and they actually decorated these masks. They painted them, put feathers on them, did all these things, and then they did a short story. And so we created these displays, and I've got 3 of them that are traveling all over the state, and they share just incredibly passionate stories about these survivors. And so we decided to take that one step further and have the masquerade ball.
That's a great idea. And the venue, Heritage Hall, is a pretty great venue for a masquerade ball because it has that history to
Yeah,
it, don't
it's
you
such
think?
a great old
There's
building.
vaulted ceilings. The hardwood dance floor should be pretty good for a masquerade ball.
Absolutely, and we are just going to have amazing food, just a wonderful catering organization that'll help. We're going to have drinks, and what my favorite part of the whole event is, well, for one, all the masks. I went to Bozeman today and picked up one of the displays, but all the masks, about 80 masks will be on display, so you'll be able to see all these stories and see these masks. But we will actually have an old antique carriage that will be drawn by horses that will be given. Everyone that attends gets to do a tour of the Fort Missoula for free as a part of just joining us.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh,
feel
in a
like I gotta go.
horse-drawn carriage?
I'm going to take
That's
my niece,
awesome.
who's
What a
visiting
blast.
from
Oh,
Long
that
Island.
would be a
It'd
perfect thing to do.
perfect. It's at 7? PM.
7 p.m. Friday the 26th.
How much are the tickets?
So you can get them for $60 for an individual, and I've got one of my best friends keeps joking, saying that she's going to meet her Prince Charming there, so she's going there. alone.
right.
Yeah.
And it's $100 for a couple.
Okay, we've got it on our website there,
Yeah,
so
the
people
save the
can see.
date.
Can you buy tickets online or at the door? or-
Absolutely. So if folks go to our website, which is www.biant.org, they can buy tickets directly through a link that's there. We also are going to have an amazing silent auction. Yesterday, I went and picked up one of the items. It's a print that is done by an artist named Kalen Bond, and he's a world famous wildlife artist. And it's these gorgeous buffalo called Thunder on the Prairie. And about a year ago, he actually sold the original, which I saw, and he sold it for $80,000.
Wow.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is a 2 foot by 4 foot signed print of that, and it's
Wow.
just beautiful. So we're really excited, and obviously the ultimate goal is to raise money and also just help educate people, about the prevalence of brain injury in the state of Montana.
I think it's a really good
Absolutely.
idea. I have a really good friend with Parkinson's, early onset, and spending time with Sean, going places, is like people don't know what's going on. And a lot of people are like, oh, that guy's on drugs. That guy's like, for Parkinson's, brain injury, people get real sped up, and then they're down when the drugs wear off. So when Sean's up, everyone's like, oh my God, that guy's on meth or whatever, when he's actually just trying to walk across the room. And there's a lot of ignorance about brain injury, and I think a lot of expectations that we all have to talk and walk and move in the same way. It's very animalistic. And then you see someone on the sidewalk and they're moving funny, dogs bark at them.
Yeah.
And people get all like, whoa.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A quote that I use, and I didn't create it, but it said, brain injury doesn't have a face until it happens to you or someone you love.
Right.
And then the other struggle that we deal with a lot is that that a lot of people assume that brain injury implies that they're in a wheelchair or that they're not walking or something. But if a person walked up and down Higgins and did a survey and asked people if they've had some type of brain injury in their life, I think we'd all be absolutely shocked at those numbers of people that have had, whether it's multiple severe concussions.
Exactly.
I've had that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just with the new spotlight on concussions and youth and
In sports and whatnot.
it can happen in so many different walks of life and to anyone.
And I think the sports side of it is kind of only the tip of the iceberg.
yeah.
I think we're going to realize that, outside of sports, I think a lot more people are probably going to be, we learned more about brain injury in the last 5 to 10 years than we've ever known about brain injury. So that's
It's an exploding field. I mean, there's a lot of advances and new knowledge that's being created every day.
And
Yeah.
because of that, we need more money so that we can help
Right.
more people. So
Exactly.
They
exactly.
need more money, people.
So how much fun
sounds
you
wonderful.
have-
A carriage ride.
A carriage ride, a masked ball, food and drink, a silent auction.
Beautiful Heritage Hall on the beautiful
Right.
grounds of Fort Missoula, which you tour in a horse-drawn carriage.
This sounds like the most fun you could have on Friday night.
I'm gonna do it.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my niece. She's visiting me from
I love that.
back east, and she really loves horses. For
Oh,
instance,
yeah.
she went to Paws Up and did a little horse ride up there.
wonderful.
But also, she likes to dress up.
Okay.
So, can people come in masks?
Well, we'd encourage that, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, we'll actually have some masks there, so if people don't have one, they can actually get a mask at the
Is it
event.
fancy dress?
So it's funny, we started out, I was born and raised here in Missoula, so I can get away with saying stuff like this, but we started out saying, formal, and then we realized, and we went back and changed it, Montana.
Montana
Yeah, right.
formal,
Imagine some
yeah.
folks will probably wear jeans and
And a
button shirt or
jacket.
something,
Yeah,
so-
Montana
so,
formal.
And I know, I
I got a
shouldn't-
string tie.
Yeah, exactly. I probably shouldn't spill the beans, but I'm wearing the salmon-colored suit that it looks like Dumb and Dumber. It's just funny. It should be
I have a
really fun.
salmon-colored sports jacket
should
I
wear
wore
yours
to a
too.
wedding.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, time to pull that thing
Little
out.
Miami
Yeah.
Vice or something, right?
This is great. I'm going to buy my tickets online.
Please.
Yes,
Thank
if you don't, if you're just, you procrastinate and you don't buy them, will there be tickets at the door?
There
Might be.
there
Don't
might
take a
be. Yeah,
chance.
Yeah, don't take it for granted, but
Yeah.
if so, reach out to us the day.
Because
of
you
it.
need a number
Okay.
count, for the catering and all
right.
that.
So plan ahead, guys. Come
Yeah.
on, you can do it.
Right.
All
Well,
right.
I know we better go, but is there anything you want to add, John, before we take off?
But for one, just thank you so much for
Oh,
letting
you're
me
most
visit
welcome.
with
Oh, yeah.
you guys,
Yes.
and thank you, community, for just being there to support us and giving us the opportunity to help those within our community.
Well, thanks for
Great.
heading this great organization.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. We'll be right back. There's an interesting group out there. They even dressed up to come here.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly where we're going to put them, so we'll be right back.
We'll
after
figure it
this.
out.
Yeah.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Welcome to another edition of the Montana Department of Transportation's How to Drive a Roundabout. If a motorist is within a roundabout as an emergency vehicle is approaching, the motorist's actions should be identical to that as if within a traditional intersection. A driver should continue through the roundabout, leaving the intersection clear, and bear right if possible once through the roundabout. Nice, cowboy! Remember, do not stop in the roundabout or at the entrance of the configuration. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Following these instructions, you'll have no problem navigating the new roundabouts popping up all around Montana.
Do you like it?
Here we are.
Lizzie, Sydney, and Kiri are here from Turning the Wheel. Welcome.
Hello.
Look
Look at this great group. Ah.
Excellent. And there is a wonderful event coming up. It looks like it's called this year, The Enchanted Forest, a celebration of our aliveness. Lizzie, you've been involved with Turning the Wheel for many years. I'm going to turn it over to you to explain some of the context and backfield that surrounds these fascinating and beautiful performances.
Thank you. Well, it's actually an interactive evening where people get to come and there'll be performance and there will be opportunity to wear costumes because it's this Saturday. Just a
I'm
few
taking my
days.
niece to this too.
Yes.
You guys are gonna be
yes.
busy.
And it's a
We will.
fundraiser. Wait, I'm jumping ahead.
All right.
There'll be performance, there'll be interactive art stations, there'll be a dance party that will end the entire thing. There'll be a big drumming circle that will happen
There's a food truck coming at some point. So
at 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to put in a word about the venue because I think it's so wonderful, the mask. I know it stands for something about aerial.
Missoula Aerial.
I know where it is.
Or Muksha Aerial Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dear viewers, it's wonderful performance space. You know, I've been to several things there, and MCATA's videotaped several things there, and it's really great. There's a huge projector, there's beautiful LED lights, and the space is very intimate, yet it's kind of big. Ceilings are high, bathrooms are clean. It's this wonderful space over
And
on
there
north side
will
of
be-
Shakespeare Street.
Yes, right over around the corner from the Clay Studio.
Yeah, that's a good
And
landmark.
there are, and Lowell School is right there as
Right.
well. And there will be aerialists, there'll be jugglers, there'll be fire spinners that will be outside, so you'll know where the event is happening.
Right.
Because there'll be fire.
It really
spinners.
sounds magical.
So this is a fundraiser. It is not the annual performance Turning the Wheel does, you know, where ordinary people are invited to come and be performers and that kind of thing. You're raising money to continue the work of Turning the Wheel.
Yes, we are currently at Sentinel High School, and we're doing 5 classes a week for
Wow.
freshmen in the PE classes. And we are teaching them all sorts of health and wellness curriculum.
Interesting.
And tools for self-care and self-awareness and self-expression. So giving them some
Wow.
really essential life skills that they can carry with them through their lives.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys were doing that.
Yeah, and we're at Willard High School as well.
Good for
And
you.
we've been to Lowell School, and we're all over throughout the community in the schools.
Well, and it'd certainly be nice if people could get paid for doing that work just a little to eat. So I guess you should have a fundraiser like this.
Yes.
So the
For
tickets
sure.
for the event, which is this coming Saturday, October 27th, 7 p.m. to midnight.
Yes,
This is-
and people can come at any time they
Right,
want.
so you're not-
in
Yeah.
that time.
Okay.
The dance party will start closer to the 10 o'clock hour.
Sure.
And will go until midnight, but before that time, there'll be interactive art and spectacles and performance that will be going on that people can just walk through the forest
What
and be
fun.
absolutely enchanted.
Well, that sounds really good. And it's all age friendly, right? It
It
says
is.
creative
Right.
playground for all
Yes,
ages.
so there'll be nothing scary or
Right.
ghoulish.
Oh, good.
No, that's
And there
good.
will not be sugar.
Excellent. Excellent to
Well,
know.
then.
Yeah.
That changes things. No, I'm kidding. And then I guess turningthewheel.org, I don't remember putting that website up.
Well,
But Scott's got it for the viewers at home, and I'm
Right.
now pointing behind it with my finger. It's
But-
on a delay, so it's really weird.
You can go to that website, or if, according to your poster, if people want to get tickets online ahead of time, they can go to universe.com.
that's right. And type in Enchanted Forest.
Enchanted Forest. That's what you have
that's
to
like
remember.
a ticket selling outlet
Yeah.
to that
And
does
if
it
you
for
get
you.
your tickets before the show, it's $15 per person for adults and $5 for children.
Okay.
And then if you get them at the door, they're $20. So get your tickets.
Yeah.
Again,
early.
plan ahead. Plan
That's right.
ahead.
Because
There'll
it's
be
this Saturday,
Right.
and this show plays every day after we do it live. It will be on different times of day
Right.
every day,
Great.
right through the Saturday. So sorry if you missed it, but check out Turning the Wheel. I would say, because the work you guys are doing is wonderful. And how many years now? It seems to me
It's about 15 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been around for a
Yeah.
goodly while.
There's the website. We got it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
But
Can I share the phone number
Yes.
as well?
yeah.
And also, if you're not able to come to the event, but would like to donate to our incredibly worthy cause
Yes.
of giving young people tools to deal with the stressors of life, we have a, what's it called?
Text donation thing.
Wow, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
We're so 21st century.
That is
Yeah.
impressive.
Well,
Yeah.
You can text 406-510-0630 and text donate. And then it will give you a link for
Making a donation.
making a donation if you can't come to the
So easy.
event.
That's
So very, very
wonderful.
easy.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be so great. I've got to stop in with my niece before
Yeah.
she's leaving
You'll
Monday.
see fantastical characters.
Living
Right.
forests and exotic dancers.
Right.
Yeah.
And more.
And
Because I'd been over there, Alex Payne,
He'll
he'd
be
been
on
doing
stilts.
classes.
Oh.
Is he?
Yeah, and juggling on stilts.
Neat.
Yeah, I did one
Yeah.
of my out and about shows about mask and all kinds
That's
of
a good
to doing.
idea.
People were there learning the aerial, people were there learning juggling, all kinds of fun, almost ancient activities
Right.
in the circusy vein, in the hand-to-eye coordination
Right.
vein,
Yes.
in the sense your partner's point of balance vein.
Right.
Oh, they're a creative bunch over there. They're not going to disappoint. I've been over there.
And that's our whole mission is
Exactly.
to help ignite creativity or
Right.
reignite creativity or keep it alive
Yeah.
for those of us that haven't lost it.
Keeping people
Excellent.
engaged.
Keeping people engaged and moving our bodies
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
keeping our
So
spirits
I
alive.
better wrap up, but it's Saturday, October the 27th, 7 p.m. to midnight.
$15 ahead of time, $20 at the door.
Kids are
That's right.
5.
Kids are
And
fun.
Yeah.
it's kid-friendly,
Kid-friendly.
as they
Absolutely.
say.
And there'll be all kinds of interactive,
Oh.
creative, magical.
And it's the perfect time of year to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Beautiful
The venue is the Mask Studio or Theater, call it what you will, 1200 Shakespeare Street.
That's right.
All right, well, thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
for
on and
having
taking
us.
the
Sounds like a
time to
great
dress
event.
up.
Yeah.
And
That's
I wear
really
this
nice.
every day, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you seen us?
Yeah.
for the show. I guess we better move on,
Yes.
but thank you.
Thank
you
you.
again.
All right.
We'll be right back. I don't know who's
Who's coming
next,
on?
but there's good information on heat assistance if you
Oh,
need
yeah.
it with the coming winter. There's also an opportunity to participate in the Big Brothers, Little Sisters, and one more thing.
Family.
Well,
We'll find out.
We'll find
Surprise
out.
us.
Yeah, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay.
I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Nobody plans on getting a brain injury. When it happened to me, I didn't know where to turn.
When my son suffered a brain injury, the Brain Injury Alliance of Montana was there for us. I take comfort in knowing they will be there for him his entire life.
The Brain Injury Alliance of Montana is the only organization in the state dedicated exclusively to assisting survivors and caregivers. Visit our website to learn more about our services and how you can help.
Welcome to another edition of the Montana Department of Transportation's How to Drive a Roundabout. Cyclists should follow the same rules as vehicles. Yield upon approach. Enter when appropriate and take up the entire lane, as you would if you were a motorist. Nice, cowboy. Remember, do not ride on or near the apron like a bike lane, and do not stop in the circle. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Following these instructions, you'll have no problem navigating the new roundabouts popping up all around Montana. Welcome to another edition of the Montana Department of Transportation's How to Drive a Roundabout. Oversized vehicles and vehicles with trailers may straddle both lanes while driving through a roundabout. Stay a safe distance behind trucks because they will usually use both lanes. Most roundabouts will include a truck apron, a raised section of pavement around the central island that allows them to travel on the roundabout without using both lanes. Trailers should use the truck apron if available. Looking good. Remember, do not crowd these vehicles. Rather, give them the room needed in order to safely drive through the roundabout. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Following these instructions, you'll have no problem navigating the new roundabouts popping up all around Montana.
Intersections are where some of the most fatal...
Oh, we're back.
Just checking my eyelashes.
That's all right. We're here to talk about Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Yes.
Welcome and thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show. We were just discussing your iconic location in the log cabin on Russell and Mount. Like, at least everybody knows where it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a very interesting building. It's amazing all the little nooks and crannies.
Right.
But we really love being in there. It's just as you said, everyone knows where the log building is on the corner of Russell and Mount. So it's a perfect
Absolutely.
space for Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
And how is recruitment going? Do you have kids waiting for people for adults to participate in the program?
Yes, we always have a waiting list, or what I call the ready-to-be-matched list. And that really fluctuates anywhere between 40. I've seen it as high as 100.
Oh my goodness.
At times.
I had no idea.
Yes, and no child is number one. We just, find the right volunteer to work with, the right, child. Unfortunately, a large percentage of the children that are currently waiting are boys. So we have a real major demand for Big Brother volunteers at this time. But we do need Big Sisters because we have girls that are on that waiting list as well.
Sure.
Waiting listed both ways. How do you like them apples?
And for people who are hearing this and thinking that, I can imagine some people wondering if they are old enough or if they have the right skill set or whatever to be a Big Brother or sister. How can you, do you have tools and training to help them in that process?
Well, yes, we do have criteria for our volunteers. They have to be at least 18 or older for the community program. And for our after-school program, we do have juniors and seniors in high school. There's no upper age, limit. We have volunteers in their 70s that are still very active, hunting and skiing and fishing, and they just want to give back. I think everyone that comes through the doors to volunteer is looking to pay it forward, so to speak. And once a volunteer goes through the screening process, then we do match them up with the child that we feel that they will relate best to. And then during the length of that match, they will have supervision and support from one of our match support specialists, who is a social worker that works with the child and the parent and the volunteer to make sure that it is a relationship that the child is benefiting from and one in which the volunteer is enjoying, because we know the longer that volunteer is involved in that child's life, the greater the impact is going to be on that child.
Sure. So no one gets just thrown into the deep end and figure it out.
Oh, no, not
you're
at all.
holding their hand.
We're there with you all the way. And we have matches that have lasted 12 years.
Yeah, wow.
And, then we also have people that come back to our program now as adults and want to, as we were talking about earlier, pay it forward. They want to volunteer and help a child. And I don't think there's a day that goes by that I do not hear a story about someone that has had a Big Brother, Big Sister, a parent of a person that was involved in the program, or their spouse, or they knew someone, and some pretty great, stories. And it's great when we see those individuals coming back and wanting to re-engage with the organization.
Oh, sure. Now, Scott had the website up a minute ago.
Yeah, and I saw Missoula.org for the
That's
web
the
address.
website.
Big Brothers, Big Sisters, Missoula.org.
There we go.
Yeah.
So if someone is interested in volunteering or applying to be a Big Brother or Big Sister, they can go to the website and they'll get all the information they need. Now, you also said that there's some events going on coming up soon?
Yes, one of our wonderful events that we do every year is called Bowl for Kids' Sake. And we've been doing it in Missoula since around 1991, and it is a major fundraiser for us, and the success of that event determines how many children we'll be able to match during the next year. It's coming up October 28th. That's Sunday at 1 o'clock at West Side Lanes, and then again on Saturday, November 3rd at 7 in the evening. How it works, our teams, individuals get together and they form a team. It could be your coworkers, people from your church, service group, your family, and they fundraise for our organization prior to the Community Day event that they choose to come and bowl at. And they can do that either with the traditional pledge sheets that we have, or they can go online and set up a fundraising page. And then on that designated day, they show up at West Side Lanes. They bowl for free. We have pizza, prizes. We just have a thank you bowling party for people that are helping our organization.
Oh, nice. And it's called Hollywood Bowl. I see it there. Bowl for Kids' Sake.
I'm dangerous, so I'm probably not going to do it. But I've actually heard people.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant you're like a pool shark and you always like consecutive strikes.
They're okay now.
Well, there is enough time for some viewers, I think, to sign up, particularly for the November 3rd.
Yes,
maybe they get a little push doing it on the 28th, and in so doing, right, they ask coworkers, oh, would you donate a certain amount? Does it matter your score?
It has nothing to do with
Oh,
your
okay.
ability
Right.
to bowl.
All right.
Or the score. It's just really a fun, time to
Yeah.
get together. And majority of the people that participate, they may bowl maybe once or twice a year, but this is really fun when you're doing it with a group of people that you
Oh,
enjoy,
yeah.
being with. And then, of course, knowing that your hard work to raise money is going to impact the children in our community.
Sure. Plus, all the free, funny social media video you can get on something
Right.
like that.
And
It
if
would
you
be
were actually
awesome.
good at bowling, you could go down there and really show them
Well,
something.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's really
Definitely.
good. I was going to ask you too, in case we could lure some people watching into becoming a mentor, they might be like, well, how much involvement?
Right,
You know,
how
like
much
I don't have a
time?
great deal of time. I'd do something every other week. Would that work? Or is the commitment stronger?
We ask for initially a year commitment,
Mm-hmm.
and then we ask the volunteers to spend at least maybe 1 to 2 hours a week with their little brother or little sister.
That sounds good.
And they can go and do activities that they both enjoy. If they're in the community program, that means they can go out bike riding, go to the library for a library card, go have some pizza, just kind of hang out and give that child an opportunity to share how things are going in their life. And we just want to put another healthy adult into that child's life so that they
Right.
know that they have so many people that do care about them. In the after-school program, that is a commitment for the school year, and they meet with their little brother, little sister between 3 and 5 on designated days. We're Russell Elementary, Franklin Elementary, and C.S. Porter, and they just go to the school and they do their activity there together. So that's really a cool way to
Like an
get
after
involved.
school.
An after
Yeah.
school. And many of the matches that we make in the after-school program roll over into our community program,
Right.
which is really nice to see that.
Some of those older high school kids that then become old
Yes.
enough to be a community mentor. That's really terrific.
Oh, so it's kind of two-tiered. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. So if you feel more comfortable, having like a hosting facility, you could do the after school.
Right. And if you feel like you want to be out in the community with your little, then the community program is
Yeah.
probably the best for that.
Sure.
And they do great activities. We do monthly group outings for everyone involved in the program. We have a big raft trip down the Elberton Gorge in the summertime.
Wow.
And we go snow skiing. We're bowling tonight, as a matter of fact, all the matches over West Side Lanes.
Oh,
We're kind
wow.
of getting that in there. Halloween parties. And we just try and offer something every month for all the matches that are involved in the program.
Oh, that's really sweet. I mean, something I like about this program when people get together outside, like you met John, who's doing the Brain Injury Alliance of
Yes.
Montana.
Right.
But his uncle and so on. But what
It's-
I think we find in Missoula, being a smaller town, is connection makes people healthier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
You know?
Exactly. And I had no idea that you touched that many children. That's really impressive work.
Our average every year, we match between 200 and 300 children.
Wow.
And our average length of match is over 2 years here in Missoula. About 50% of our volunteers are from the college, and the other 50% come from the community. So we're pretty blessed in Missoula to have some wonderful people
Yeah.
that really care about the children and are more than willing to give of themselves to
Right.
make a difference.
Scott did it for a year. You liked it, Scott, right? You were the big.
His thumbs up, he
thumbing
says.
that.
Thumbs up. Yay.
And Andy Thogerson, who worked at MCAP for many years before he moved to Las Vegas, his parents, had divorced. His dad was in Seattle, and he was a little for many years. And someone on city council was his mentor. Not at the time. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? So then Andy was videoing the guy that was his big, let's say 10 years after, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're lifetime relationships so many times. But the thing to keep in mind is that stunning fact that there are 200 to 400 kids
Yeah,
who
that's a
need
lot.
a mentor. I mean, that's in our community, in Missoula. So reach out.
And we have children that, majority of the children are in a single-parent family. We're seeing more and more children being raised by grandparents coming
Right.
into the program. And all of the children, they just, their needs range from one end of the spectrum to the other, but basically they just need to have another adult in their life. Because being a single parent, is difficult.
Sure.
When you're trying to be mom, dad, and everything.
Right.
Yeah,
and
hold
that
down a
child,
job
and grandparents raising grandchildren.
Yeah.
So the more healthy adults you can get involved in a child's life, the greater the impact is going to be.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
so
Danette,
much,
thank you
Danelle.
so
Thank
much.
you. Appreciate it.
We will be right back because we have, I think, 2 more groups back
Think so?
there. But, Scott, are you going to show them that roundabout thing again or something new? All right. You're gonna
No,
learn
he
there's
loves
2
the
roundabouts
roundabout.
at Van Buren, and that's the only reason we're making you watch that. So we'll be right back after a roundabout.
Intersections are where some of the most fatal crashes occur due to T-bone and head-on collisions. The Montana Department of Transportation is committed to building safe roadways throughout the state. Often, roundabouts are the solution to eliminating these types of crashes. Roundabouts reduce fatal collisions by 90% and reduce collisions causing injury by 75%, according to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. How do roundabouts reduce fatal and serious injury crashes? First, roundabouts naturally encourage drivers to slow for the intersection. Cars slow down to yield to other cars, which force cars when merging onto a roundabout to average 15 to 20 miles per hour. Lower speeds help limit impact if a crash does occur. Second, with no light to beat, drivers do not have the incentive to speed into the roundabout. Third, roundabouts move traffic through the intersection in one direction, thus essentially negating the possibility of T-bone or head-on crashes. This results in decreased traffic collisions, furthering Montana Department of Transportation's Vision Zero goal, ultimately eliminating deaths and injuries on Montana highways. So, as you see roundabouts appear around Montana, including a new set of roundabouts at the Van Buren Street interchange, you'll know roadways are becoming safer and more efficient. Taxpayers have tasked the Montana Department of Transportation with making Montana's roads safer. We take that mission seriously every single day.
Okay,
Very
we're back.
good.
We're back
Just
with Heather
figuring
Hunt.
it out.
She is the family developer for Partnership for Children organization. Heather, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Most welcome. So what is Partnership for Children?
Right, so Partnership for Children is a small nonprofit organization, and we work with families and children who have had trauma, who've had a tough time, maybe have struggled with chemical dependency. We have a foster care program that I'm talking about today, and we have an office in Polson, Missoula, and we serve all the way down to Darby.
Wow, so
Yeah.
it's the whole western side of the
It
state.
is, yeah. And I'm here today just to, we have an event coming up in November. November 14th is a Wednesday. And really what I'm doing is asking people to come down to our office and just ask questions about foster care.
Why not?
Yes, yeah. So there are nearly 4,000 children in the foster care system in Montana right now.
Wow.
And those children need permanent homes, temporary homes. They need to be adopted, and we need families. So I just want out to spread the word that we want families.
Okay.
Now, how does your organization fit into that whole, I mean, it's a very Byzantine system, it seems like, to people on the outside, I think. So you as a nonprofit are working with children who need foster families?
Yeah, we do. So a Partnership for Children, we train families, we license families, and then I have a list of children, sadly, a very long list of children who need homes. So what I do then is I meet with people and I make a thoughtful match. So if it were you, I would make a thoughtful match for a child that would do really well in your family and really work with your family system and structure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then after I place the child in your home, we provide services in order to ensure that child's success. And we follow up and follow through with that child until and even beyond adoption.
I think that is, I mean, it's one of the things that Danelle was talking about too, which is that I think people get nervous that they need to be excellent at something like this right away. It's such a big responsibility, and they're not going to have resources to help them. And that's just not true, right?
It really isn't, you know, and what I really like to tell people is that you don't have to be a perfect parent.
Right.
We don't want perfect parents.
That would be scary.
Yeah, right? And it's a really big decision. And so I think about my job, and my job is just to put your fears at rest and to just walk you through the process, to get you comfortable, to let you know that we're going to be there to support you. It's not a quick process, but it's a really important process. And I'm not in the business of convincing people to take a kid, but
Right.
I do want you to be ready when you're ready. So that's my job. And to answer all the questions that people have about foster care, because it's complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
It
bet it
is.
is.
Yeah.
And there's an office here in Missoula.
There is, yeah. We're out on Stockyard Road over
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, 2825.
That collection of things
Yeah, in that little business park
Yeah.
out there.
Right.
Yep.
behind
We've
the
got
old
the
Johnny
web-
Carino's.
Yeah.
Defunct. We have the website there on the screen.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes, that's us.
So you can get initial information from this website, and then you're having kind of an open house. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, so November 14th, 6 o'clock. I would love for interested folks to come on out. I'll have coffee and snacks, and it's a great opportunity for people to just ask those questions that they need answered, about foster care, what it's like, what it's about, who the kids are. And, a really great opportunity is to go to our website, and we have a waiting child page. And so the kids that are on our website right now actually need homes. They're real
Wow.
kids on my wait list that need homes today.
That's something.
Yeah.
That could be a heartbreaker. I mean, I went to
Yes.
Humane Society to get
Yes.
cats I could barely get through.
Right. Yes, it's tough.
Well, I hope a lot of people come and chat with you
Yes.
and think about what any of us could possibly do, how we
Yeah.
could be of help. It's a
Yes.
great organization.
It is.
And I know we're going to
We've
move
got-
so
yeah.
fast, but we have 9 minutes.
Okay.
Well, but we better give 8 minutes to Lisa. I should be mad. But for the foster care, the open house, should people call ahead so you have an idea? Would you like that, or
Oh,
it's
heck, I don't
super
care.
open?
It is so open. And the truth
Okay.
is if you go to our website, you can find my contact information on there.
Okay.
You can even call me before
Right.
then. I'll take you out to coffee. At this point, I will do whatever it takes.
Okay.
We need families
You-
so
it
bad.
Very
sounds-
accommodating.
We do,
Yes.
yes. We need
Missoula.
families. So, yeah.
So whatever works for you out there, she's
Right.
ready to do it.
it works for me. Yes, totally. Yes.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for waiting and
Yes.
coming on the show to talk
Thanks
about
for
it.
having
It
me.
sounds
Good
like
luck.
it's really important,
It is. It's so important.
and
It's so
that you've
important.
got a waiting list.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can't
on
wait.
one. Yes.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Thank
thank you
you
so
so-
much for
thank
being on the show.
you.
And Lisa is here from Human Resource Council District
Right.
11, and we're going to talk about LEAP, which stands for Low Income Energy Assistance Program.
Before it gets cold.
Right, we thought it was timely. So we'll be right back after this to wrap up this edition of Missoula Live. So stay right there.
Saturday Drop-Ins return for their third year of stop animation and media fun. Every Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m., your kid can work with Legos, play, and more to make their characters come to life. Animation isn't the only reason to stop in. Hi! Your kids can experience media through editing, voiceover, and short films. Games and activities to keep your kids busy all Saturday afternoon, starting September.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Okay, we
Okay.
are back with Lisa Schindler. She is the LEAP supervisor for Human Resource Council District 11, welcome. Thank you, Lisa.
for having me.
You know it. So I had, when I was a student, I had a lot of apartments that were utilities included. I rented one from the university. It's now called International House. I was in the garage next to it. But then it was nicely furnished or whatever. And, just cranked it up. It was for the whole winter. I didn't realize I was supposed to pay the heat bill. So that was 33 years ago. I became familiar with energy assistance.
The cost of heating.
Maybe you want to tell people about the program.
Yes, so LEAP, Low Income Energy Assistance Program, it's a federally funded program. And we administer the program for Missoula, Mineral, and Ravalli counties.
Wow.
So, and we process a little over 4,000 applications a season, which is October through April. And it's intended to be a supplemental heating assistance program for the winter to help people better control their heating bills, better budget, just to help take that edge off that winter cost. And there's pretty much a way that we can fit most people into the program, whether their heat be included in rent or it's in another person's name because of whatever reason, that
Bad credit, they can't get it in their name,
right. There are a lot of ways that we can make people fit in the program. So generally, if people call, and owners, renters, either of those situations, some people live in a house that is owned by somebody else, maybe in their family. They don't pay rent. That's not part of that's not important. The important part is that you're living somewhere where you have a heating obligation, and LEAP wants to help.
Right.
Yeah. So people can learn more about it. Scott just showed the folks at home the website, and I think, is it okay to have that? Well, you already did it. The phone number, 728-3710.
Yep, that's
okay,
our
good.
line.
And then the building itself is just on South Higgins.
Right, yep, right next to the Dairy Queen on.
Right, yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, it started
right.
as a burger place.
It was good times.
We're discussing it.
Yes, good times.
And in the good times day, the hedges were this tall.
And now,
You
right.
wouldn't even know the building is
You
there.
can't see it, yeah.
Yeah,
So if everybody sees Dairy Queen, they know they're in
They're
the right
they're
place.
right. They're
Yeah,
close. They're close.
That's a good.
Well, we've been very lucky. It hasn't gotten that cold yet.
Yes.
But it's time to start thinking about
And we
it.
tell people, don't wait for it to get cold.
Exactly.
Do it now. It doesn't have any bearing, as long as you apply October through April during the season, you'd qualify for the same base benefit based on income, so it has, timing isn't part of it. Whether you owe on your bill, whether you keep your bill current, that doesn't have any bearing on what you qualify for. So being proactive and applying early.
Yeah.
Additionally, some utilities provide a discount to LEAP eligible households.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yes, that can help
And
a
this
lot.
applies to anyone, students living off campus, seniors
Senior
on
citizens.
a fixed budget.
Yep.
Yeah, and because if you're relatively new to the area, it can be shocking.
Right.
Your first
Well,
winter
that's
here.
really true. I mean, I
Yeah.
do budget billing, so I'm no longer shocked. But I'll tell you, if you don't, sometimes you really are. I mean, you have those minus 17-degree Februaries and things like this.
Right.
And that's a really, food insecurity is one thing. Heat insecurity,
Yeah.
I think it ranks second.
That's very
you know.
important. Yes.
Really does.
Well, and electricity, natural gas, propane, fuel oil, wood, any of those heat sources, there's somewhere we can fit you into LEAP.
It's
So-
all covered in some way.
Yep.
Oh, that's good to know.
Even
'cause
wood
people
delivery or
would-
something?
Yep.
You'd help
Wow.
people get cords of wood to their house.
Well, we can qualify them, they qualify for a benefit, and then depending on how the process they get their wood, whether they get it themselves, or if they go find somebody to deliver wood to their
Yeah.
house, there are ways that we get them a benefit.
Wow, that's really good. Once again, the number to call is 728-3710.
Yep.
And the website, I'm peering here.
Yep, humanresourcecouncil.org.
Oh,
And
that's
we do have
pretty
a downloadable application.
Oh,
It
great.
does have to be printed and turned in because we need a signature. So
Right.
we
Sure.
can't complete it online, unfortunately, but they're working on that.
But this is another great service that might be of use to people in our community, so take advantage of it if you need it.
Yeah.
And go to the website or stop in the offices or call.
And going into the winter heating season, people should really talk to their utilities Utilities can disconnect people over the winter.
Ah.
You know, there's a lot of fallacies out there.
Right.
Yeah, like you can't
You
do
know,
it, like
rumor
you
has it that
can't
they can't
move and all that.
disconnect
Yeah.
if I have children, but no, it's just a little different process, but they can still disconnect, so they should
Yeah.
speak to their provider to find out what those rules are and how they may be able to exempt themselves from
Right.
disconnect during the winter.
So be proactive. Don't
Yeah,
wait
that's
for
the
the
thing.
emergency to be there.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Lisa, thank you. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
We always do this. See, like we spend too much time in the front end, right?
Right.
And then we rush at the end. So if
Yeah,
you want to
no
come
problem.
back anytime.
You'll be first.
You'll be first.
That sounds great.
We promise that
That's
to
right.
everyone.
Thank you.
And thank you, dear viewer, for watching this edition of Missoula Live. We'll be back with a new show in 2 weeks' time, but because it crosses months, I have no idea what the date is.
Oh, yeah.
But 2 Mondays from now, we will be back with another lineup of civic, governmental, nonprofit groups. And as always, I want to remind you, if there is a group you'd like to see on this program, give us a call at MCAT. The number is 542-6228.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Actually, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah,
but-
well, we'll be back. Thank you for watching. For MCAT, I'm Joel Baird. We'll see you later.
Bye.